Hello and welcome to Making Waves by todderbert. If you enjoy kit building, making electronic circuits, and do-it-yourself projects, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us, we have the Vigurtime. This is a do-it-yourself audio spectrum kit. Looks pretty awesome. You can find this on sale for $24.99 on Amazon, and if you see a coupon, you might bring the price down to $22.50, which is what this came in at. Definitely check the links below if you like this kit. It is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and open the black box it comes in. Pretty simple fare. Here we are. I like the presentation. Nice color manual, by the way. Set to the side. Alright, so yeah, if you give us a cool picture there, what it's going to look like. It has different modes, so I'm kind of curious to what it's going to display. But it's neat. Most of it's pre-assembled. And there's only a few bits that you have to solder. So this could make a great second or third kit if you're trying to get into soldering and building your own stuff. I also like this idea of audio spectrum for your stereo or for your portable radio use. I think it's kind of fun to have. So let's go ahead. I'm going to put this little board here, and we're going to empty the contents of this bag and see what we get. And then show you some of the tools I'm going to use to build this. And then we'll get to building. So let's go ahead. We got a cable here, it looks like. Just gonna take stuff out. First time I've taken this out, so new for you, new for me. Yeah, I do like their manuals. Nice and illustrated. Okay, it looks like we got a case here, which is nice. Okay, and the bag is empty. Alright, so it looks like it's got a cool shadowed box with a tint to it. That's nice, like black acrylic. Very cool. We have some mounting hardware, looks like standoffs for the PCBs. So we have our, like I said, power cable. Looks like a USB to a barrel connector. For components, it looks like we have resistors, ceramic capacitors, a couple electrical capacitors, a microphone for this, of course, so it knows what's going on in the outside world. Looks like a sensitivity potentiometer. Turn up sensitivity on the microphone. That's nice. Mode switches. Okay, very cool. The panel switch for the power. Yeah, and we got a transistor there. And it looks like some patch wires. So it should be pretty simple to put together. So there's that. And then we have the PCBs. The little microcontrollers already pre-soldered, which is awesome because those connections are not terribly fun to make. Let's see what it says there. There you go. You got some, you got a mouth effect. That's kind of cool. You got pixel art. Tap to switch it. That's interesting. And it has something about adjusting the brightness too as well. Very nice. Okay. So there's the PCB we're going to be working on. And that's where our components are going to go. There you go. Resistors clearly marked here. The values, the capacitor values. There's where the sensitivity wheel resistor is going to go. Variable resistor. Switches looks like electrical capacitors. So pretty straightforward board here. Those three wires going to the secondary PCB that's in my hand. And that's this right here. Vigurtime. That's going to go. Those wires are going to go to the back of this panel. And this panel has our 64 LEDs. Red, green, blue. This should look pretty awesome. Little square lights. Can't wait to see this in operation. So let's look at the manual real quick, and then we'll dive into the tools I'm going to use, and we'll get to building this. So instruction manual. It's kind of like a little pamphlet. We'll talk about what they're using here. You can freeze frame this if you're interested in what kind of controller they're using. There you go. Kit also stores 10 beautiful and fun pixel arts. Cool. Which can be switched by tapping the shell. Okay, that's very cool. Must be a mode where tapping it picks up the change. Okay, so we go right here to the component list. Down camera there. There you go. How to identify capacitors. I like this here, soldering installation tips and steps. You can see right here what a good joint is, what a bad joint is. If not enough heat, too much solder, too little solder. Yeah. There you go. So, and then I guess the schematics right here, if you need that. You got the whole thing there, freeze frame it. So yeah, build materials, tools you'll need. There you are. Of course, they were talking about getting it started here in step 1, putting the resistors in first. And to go to the back page here. Again, this is all you need. This is such a simple build. They're putting in the transistor after the resistors, capacitors. And there you go. That's what it's looking like so far. Going fairly quick here because I kind of want to show you the tools and things and get this done. Because it's going to be a fairly quick build. There you go. We can test it. And then putting it together. This looks like it'll be the longest process, fitting the case to the PCBs. Look at that. Definitely looks to be a chore. So there you go. What are the functions of the spectrum? Boot animation. It says high after blinking. Nice. Supported frequency range 50 to 1500 hertz. Okay. Rainbow colors can be displayed in, okay, some of this is not translating well. So there you go, talking animation. I can't wait to see what that's going to look like. And how to use it. There you go, boom. If you have any questions, email them. Okay, we're done with this. So let's go ahead and show you some of the tools I'm going to use. I'm going to set these components aside. So what I like to do, number one, wire strippers are a great thing to have. These are Craftsman. Craftsman tools are great. I think you can still buy them. Beautiful thing, made in USA. Most of our tools are, which is great. So we got our wire strippers. Yeah, those do great. I got some flush cut diagonal cutters. These work really good for cutting off the component legs after you're done soldering them in. Also made in USA by the Xuron Corporation. Very cool. Micro shears. Of course, wear safety glasses. Be a smart idea. You don't want one of those things hitting you in the eye. A set of diagonal pliers. Good for tightening up screws. These work really well. I had these for a long time. Japanese made, I believe. Works good. Next, I have some smaller like screwdriver and smaller Phillips. I believe these are made in Germany. Nice. The Wia brand or Wia brand. Might be saying that wrong. You guys correct me. And of course, tweezers. Showing where these are all made. It's pretty funny. Stainless steel, made in Italy. Yeah. Represent, huh? And then what else? Oh yeah, solder is important, right? So I like to use a lead, tin lead, 6040. Is perfect. You can get lead free, but lead free is hard to work with. I tend to like this the best. This is rosin core. You don't need to add any extra rosin. There's usually enough in there. So perfect. Okay. Kester brand. It's a good brand. And then I like to use a cool headset for my work. It's a stereoscopic headset. It's an Optivisor made in USA by Donegan Optical. Yeah, you can change out these lenses for different values from 1 power, 2 power, 3, 4. So really nice. You can do that. It's adjustable headband, so you can do your work and you don't have any eye strain, which is fantastic. So there's that. And then I'll be using a Hako or Heiko. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Japanese. This is a kind of a high-end soldering station. It is the FX951. As you can see, this handle here is rated at 24 volts, 70 watts. This tip's not going to get that hot. I have it set for around 700 degrees, which works fine. I think they recommended an iron. I forgot what it said in the instructions, but 40 to 60 watts should be plenty. And you're only touching the area where you're soldering for about 1 to 2 seconds. Now, again, they give you the instructions. It's pretty basic soldering. Your component legs through the back side, and you're just gonna touch the leg and the solder pad for like 1 or 2 seconds, and you're gonna add your solder. Sometimes just touching the tip after you've preheated the pad and the solder leg for a second. You touch the solder to the tip while you're holding it. Will start the flow process. Again, just a little bit of solder is usually enough. If you have to add a little bit more, that's not a bad thing. Having too much is a pain. That's how you do it. Just kind of come in there. I'm using like a flat blade type, which I like to use. It's my favorite. So, yeah. So there's my soldering. That's what I'm going to use for tools. So, yeah, let's go ahead and move these off again. Yeah, so these various animations should be cool. Again, the kit came around $22 after the coupon. And it's a usable thing that we can use with our radios, which I think is going to be fun. 64 of those little dudes. Absolutely amazing. So yeah, I'm going to get all this here in a picture. I'm guessing about an hour, hour and a half build. Probably most time spent on putting together the housing. That is just a guess. Here we got some standoffs to the side there. Okay, I think that's everything in the picture. What's going to take to build this thing. So I'm going to fade to black. Then I'm going to come back with pictures of the build process, or a picture or 2 or 3. I'm not sure how many. Probably at least 2 or 3. And then I'll show you this thing in action. We'll demo it, and I'll do final thoughts on this project. Okay, wish me luck. Here are pictures of the build process. This first picture, I added 5 resistors, 4 ceramic capacitors, 2 transistors, and 2 electrolytic capacitors. Note polarity. Next, I populated the PCB with 1 variable resistor and a DC power jack. Now on the back side of the main PCB, I installed 3 switches and the condenser microphone. Note polarity on the microphone. And last, I attached the main PCB to the 64 LED array board with 3 wires. Okay, let's look at the main project. Here it is in front of us with the enclosure. It looks really cool. I love this project. Definitely worthy of a second or third. It's awesome. Dimensions. It's 3 inches by 3 inches by a depth of 1 1/4 inches. So let's go check it out. I have a little stand here to make it easier. So it's got a high gloss finish here. Pretty neat. There's our DC power jack. Power's going to go in, 5 volts. It has a USB to DC barrel converter. As you can see, it's got a red treatment on the sides. I think that's awesome with the black. Good choice of colors there. There's our microphone sensitivity. So this is your variable resistor to increase and decrease that. On the back side, we do have the microphone exposed, and we also have the power switch and the 2 selecting switches, 1 for brightness and 1 for mode. So yeah, pretty cool. I noticed the power draw when I hooked up the power to it. On low mode, about 60 milliamps at the lowest brightness, and then in highest brightness, I noticed 1 full amp. So quite the big difference from 60 to 1 full amp. Not bad. So let's go ahead and show you how powerful this thing is. Let's demo it. So I got this on a stand here so I could reach back here and get the buttons, and I could still pick up the microphone without being muffled by the table. So what I'm going to use, this is portable, use a power bank. Got a little Mr. Bat here, 10,000 milliamp hour. Actually, if I did the math, I could power this device on high for about 6 hours. Of course, on a low, a lot longer. So go ahead and plug this in. Snug fit. Winks at you. Hi. It's picking up my voice. It's pretty cool. Sensitivity, we can turn it down. So if I turn it down as I'm talking, it should start lowering to nothing. As I keep talking, we can raise the levels back up. So that's pretty cool. I like that. So let's get some music going. I'll turn the lights off and I'll play around with the brightness, see how this looks. So I'll turn some music. Got a radio behind here.
Never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Cool. Let me get the lights. It's like not dark. So pretty cool. Now let's look at the modes. The modes are fun. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to, it's this top button here. There we go. So it's got talking mode. So let's see. It's not very sensitive. Let's turn the sensitivity up. Hey, it's todderbert. Todderbert. I love it. So I have some talk radio. You can go like really a lot here. Let's all the way up. Talk. That's awesome. All right, let's turn on the radio. Do a station here. What do we got? AM.
Cutting kind of thing, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
You should be able to ace this.
There's never enough time. I hope you'll consider coming back, and thanks for being here.
Well, thanks for having me, and I do appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you, General. God bless you. You're a
That's
patriot.
awesome.
Folks, there's more to come straight ahead. I am Rich Valdez. Don't move a muscle.
Breathe well with simple solutions.
Too much sensitivity?
If you have issues in these areas, if you're snoring, you have sleep apnea, absolutely. Getting to the root cause and providing a solution there is what you want to do.
Love it.
It almost sounds ridiculous when you try to describe another approach.
Okay, so you get the idea. It's got a talking mode. That could be pretty entertaining. I love it. This thing's great. So it also has pixel art. So let's go ahead and show you that. So it's got heart. Now you saw me doing the brightness now. Certain brightnesses look really good at the lower level here. If I turn this up, my camera's adjusting for the brightness, unfortunately. But you can kind of see it. We'll leave it on that medium level. Let's see if my color's correct. Yeah, color's correct. So then let's go ahead and change the pixel art by tapping this. So maybe the sensitivity's got to be turned up. Yeah, there we go. So we got a flower scene. Let's see if I can't make that look nicer. We'll go all the way down. There we are. Go second brightness. Okay, we'll go to the other ones. Let's see. More back to mode. Oh yeah, I got to tap. There we go. It's got some weird, I don't know what that is. It's art. There you go. Got some little Mario. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, it's got these little extra things. It's like Pikachu there, maybe. Yeah, it looks like Pikachu. Mega Man, maybe. Is it? Am I right? I don't know. Cool. That's pretty neat. Okay, now it's color correcting. So yeah, it's a fun little project. You guys are gonna love it. Yeah, definitely had a fun time with this thing. Let's go back to talk mode. Talk mode's fun. Let's see, is that that button? So yeah, hope you like this project. It's so hilarious. Little talking light dude. Yeah, so I enjoy building the Vigurtime VT17. This thing's awesome. Again, you can go portable with it with a power bank. It runs perfect with it. So you can have it with your radio. You can entertain people. It's a lot of fun. The Spectrum's really nice. I have to say for the kit money, I think what did I say, like $22? I gotta switch over my thing here. Yeah, $22.50 is what I paid for it. 10% off coupon. It's the way to go. Again, went together really easy. It's real compact, so you could easily pocket it and yeah, have some fun. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big like. Yeah! I'm having fun with this. This thing's great. Two, if you like do-it-yourself projects and want to see more, make sure to subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notified of future videos. And three, comment below what you think about this Spectrum LED array. Is it cool? I think it's a fun kit. After your first kit, maybe you can make this your second one. Definitely check out the Elenco Learn to Solder kit. I'll have a link up here. Always start there first. And then when you're comfortable soldering, use the equipment in that kit to build this one. Awesome. Again, there was no issues putting this together. This thing was just built perfectly. Really good for a second kit because the challenge level was easy. So yeah, awesome. All right, guys, take care, and we'll see you in my next video.